Hi guys, Andy here again from Mudlad Designs with more of the playthrough of Chaos Battle of the Wizards. Okay, before the first turn I'm going to do a little correction. With the magic armour, Quoban did lose a life. Well, he lost 2 actually, so this is now discarded. I'll put that there. So there we go. So let us continue with this turn of Vic's spell phase. So, as usual, we grab a spell and we have Holy Light. Okay, now let's see what we can cast. As you can see, it should be somewhere up here in the corner. Lawful is at 7, Neutral is at 6, and Chaotic is at 3. So we need a 3. Let's have a look. I think we will try. I think we will use Holy Light to move the marker 3. No, we won't. Should we use a fireball? Range of 3. Yes, we shall use a fireball. Okay, so we'll use this. It is neutral, so we need a 6 or less. As you can see, Vic, even though he is mounted, he can still cast his spells and attack. So let's see if we can get that 6 or less. Here we go. And we got a 10. So unfortunately, Vic, I'm afraid that spell has failed and must be discarded. That is Vic's spell phase over with. We move on to Quoban's spell phase, and he picks 2 spells per his special ability. Picks 1 and puts 1 back. Right, I think he's going to choose the bear. This one goes back. Let's see what he can cast. We already did a giant. Now, here we go. Yes. Must remember to change because we cast a neutral spell. So that moves 1 towards neutral. Mustn't forget to change that alignment marker. Right, so we have Lawful at 6, Neutral at 8, and Chaotic at 4. So we would have had a good chance to cast the giant, but we only have 1 crystal. So what is Quoban going to do? Is he going to have a chance at casting this bear? Oh, just give me a few moments to decide. Right, I don't think Quoban is going to cast any spells at the moment. He's going to hold on to them. Yeah, he's going to hold on to those spells. So then it moves on to Vic's movement phase. Now, is it worth staying where he is? Because if that griffin is killed, then Quoban will end up here between the bat and the spider. And as he can only move 1 space at a time, when he's not mounted, then he'll be stuck. So what can he do? Does he stay there and try and battle them because he can't move? Oh well, he can't move, no. Because he is next to creatures, enemy creatures, so he can't move anyway. So yeah, he isn't going to have to stay there and battle them. So the Griffin with 2 hit dice is going to go for the spider. So here we go. Move that. 2 hit dice for the Griffin, and we get 2 skulls. The spider has a defense of 1, so even if we do get a shield, which we don't, the spider has only 1 life point. That's getting rid of. So the spider is destroyed, which means Vic receives a crystal. Awesome. And the spider, oops, is removed. Like so. Now, even though Vic is mounted, he can attack because he is next to a creature. And even though he did already attack using a fireball, that was a spell. So now he can do his own physical attacks. And he is going to do his physical attack against the bat. So Vic has an attack dice of 3, but he also has the magic sword, which is a +2. So he has attack dice of 5 against the bat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the bat has only a defense dice of 1. So if we get 2 or more skulls, this bat is definitely dead. And we get 3 skulls. More than enough to kill the bat, even if the bat rolled a shield. Bat is destroyed. Bat is removed from play. And another crystal is given to Vic. Vic now has 2 crystals. Right. That is Vic's action phase over with. It's now Corbin's action phase, and he's in a bit of trouble because he didn't expect both the bat and the spider to be destroyed. Right, so what can he do? Oh, nothing much really. He's got to move forward one, and that's about it. That's all you can do. Now we move on to Vic's spell phase. Grab a spell, Tremor. Okay. What can Vic do? He is going to use Holy Light, but not in this way. So he's not going to move it 3 towards Lawful, he's going to use it as a single move towards Chaotic. So he's going to use the card itself to move the alignment marker 1 towards Chaotic. So that's discarded. Move 1 towards Chaotic. So now we have Lawful at 5, Neutral at 10, and Chaotic at 5. That is Vic's spell phase over with. We go to Corbin. Grabs 2 spells. See which one he wants. Okay. We shall have this one, I think. Yeah. Turn Undead on the bottom of the deck. And let's see what he can cast. If only we had another crystal that could be brought out automatically. So I'm going to use Holy Light. Well, Corbin's going to use Holy Light in the Holy Light capacity. So he's going to move it 3 towards Lawful. After it's just been moved 1 towards Chaotic. So we shall discard that. And move it 3 towards Lawful. 1, 2, 3. So Lawful is at 8. Neutral's at 4. And Chaotic is at 2. Spell phase over with. Attacking phase. Right. The Griffin can attack at a distance of 5. And another thing as well is with flying creatures, they can fly over obstacles. I haven't been doing that, I've actually been going round, but they can actually fly over obstacles as long as they don't land on the obstacle. Okay? So things like rocks, fallen statues and that sort of thing, where land creatures have to go around, flying creatures can obviously fly over. But with things like buildings, these black walls represent walls of a building. Then obviously, you know, a flying creature can't fly through walls. So in that case, they would have to go around. But in things like this, or smashed carts or things like that, they can definitely fly over. So with an attack range of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, he's going to attack Corbin. So the Griffin has an attack dice of 2. Get rid of all these. Oops. Attack dice of 2. And we get 1 skull. Corbin has a defense dice of 2. So we need at least 1 shield. And we get that shield. Well defended. One thing I forgot to do last turn was get rid of the magic sword. Because if you look what it says, it's going to focus in. Okay. Stays with the wizard until a creature is killed. So obviously a creature was killed. I think it was the bat by Vic and his sword. So that is now discarded. So the Griffin has taken his turn. Vic can't attack from where he is because there's nothing right next to him. It is now Corbin's attack phase. Well, there's nothing much he can do. He's going to go forward 1. That's it. Vic's spell phase. What do we have here? Knight. I think that's what he's going to pick. Knight goes back in the bottom of the pile. Oops. Awesome. It is Lawful, and Lawful is at 8, so we have a high chance of casting this. So that is what Vic is going to do. With an 8 or less. Ooh! An 8. We need an 8 or less, and we got an 8. But we also need a crystal. And Vic happens to have 2. So that is paid for. The knight is now going to come out, number 9. And we put him on the board next to Vic. So I'm going to put him there. It could spell the end for Corbin here. Oh dear. Right, the knight has 3 life points. 2, 3, 2, 3. That is Vic's spell phase over. Comes to Quoban, picks 2 spells, chooses one. Oh. Any direction. Or we can have a bear. I think we'll have the bear. I think. High chance because it's lawful, and lawful being 8. We're going to have the bear. This goes back. And let's see what Quoban can cast. He has 2 bears now. Giant. Repel. Move any creature next to the wizard. Unfortunately, it's not right next to the wizard. There's a blank space. We do have lightning, but it's chaotic. And chaotic is at 2, so we'll be pushing that. We could have a knight, and I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to have 2 knights on the board. Okay, so first of all what we'll do is we'll pay the crystal. Here, crystal, that's paid. Next we need to roll an 8 or less. Let's try that. Here we go, fingers crossed for you, Quoban. 8 or less. And we got 2, which means this knight can now come on the board. Going right there. Oh, a couple of things I forgot. To move the marker. The lawful worked for Vic, so we move the marker up 1. And the lawful worked for Quoban, and move that up 1. So lawful is at 10, and neutral and chaotic are at 0. Now we have Vic's action phase. He has the griffin and the knight. Okay, I'll move that around a bit. This knight belongs to Quoban, belongs to Vic, and this knight belongs to Quoban. So the griffin can actually fly around because it's not next to an enemy. And that is what the griffin is going to do with a movement of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And right there. He has an attack of 2 dice. Let's see what we get. 2 dice. Attacking Quoban with 2 dice. And 1 skull. Quoban has a defense dice of 2. We need to get a shield. We don't get a shield. Another life point is removed from Quoban, who is now down to 1. Oh dearie me. So Vic's knight now is going to attack Quoban's knight with an attack dice of 3. So here we go. Attack dice of 3. And we get nothing. So Vic's knight has missed Quoban's knight. Vic doesn't want to do anything himself, so we move on to Quoban's turn. Here we go. So of course Quoban's knight is going to attack Vic's knight with an attack dice of 3. And we get 1 skull, and the knight's defense is 2. Sorry, it's 4. 4. At least 1 shield. And we get 2 shields. So the knight has survived. So, Quoban is going to move. He's got an opportunity here. He's going to move that way. Now because of that, the griffin can't escape because it's next to an enemy. So hopefully Quoban might take down this griffin with an attack dice of 3. Right. Attack of 3. We get 1 skull. The Griffin has a defence of 2. We need at least 1 shield. And we get the shield, so the Griffin survives for another day. So now we move on to Vic's spell phase, and I'm going to stop it there for the end of this episode. The next episode will probably be the last episode, whether or not anybody wins, because as you can see, this takes quite some time, especially when there's 4, 5, 6 wizards all wandering about the place. So I'm not going to do it right to the end, unless that's next episode. But you get to see how the game works, using its various spells and various creatures. So join me next episode to see what happens. Will Quoban survive? Will Vic be victorious? Join me next time, guys.